Trading Nut, episode 193.
People always struggle where I can find money to trade, etc. But it's not the problem. It's not the problem really to find the person who can give you, I don't know, for example, 1 million, yeah? And if even you find the person, you have to prove them that you are consistent in trading. If you are not consistent in trading, it doesn't really matter about the thinking if you have money or not. Prove that you are consistent and money will find you.
The market's going to do something. Your job is not to fight it.
The market never, ever runs away. It's always there.
That personal diary of trading will make you a much better trader than...
I could be right about the direction, but wrong about the trade.
Don't focus on the monetary side.
Trying to make too much money on a trade is what I have seen killed every trader.
Your losses offer you some of the greatest insight you can find into your mistakes.
Relax, learn the process.
Candlestick pattern trading is a freaking trap.
Don't be in a rush to become a millionaire.
Let the market tell you what the market wants to tell you.
This podcast is not financial, trading, or investing advice of any kind. What's up, traders? Welcome to another installment of the Trading Nut podcast. I'm your host, Cam Hawkins, and today we've got Tomek from Nikos Trading Academy on the show. He's all the way over there in Poland, and Tomek is one of these traders that has been around before the days of the social media content explosion. So you're going to find out how he navigated his way into trading. Also, he's one of the only people on the show that doesn't trade with candlesticks. So you're going to find out what that is coming up in the show. And then we did shoot a video afterwards where he breaks down exactly what he does do on a price chart. He also had some crazy mindset tricks, of which I've tried out at least one of them after the show, and I've got to say it did work, and I should really try and do it every single time. That's the difference. That's the key, is doing it every single time. Next week we've got Tom Hugard part 3 coming up, so please hit subscribe to whatever you're on to make sure you don't miss that. And last but not least, before we get into the show, I mentioned my new Robot Lab Live. This is where you can learn how to build a trading algo that could pass a funding challenge. So we're jumping on every week live with me. We're currently working on a strategy based around the Guppy indicator. It may not be where we end up, but that's where we're starting at. If you do want to join that, then please head over to tradingnut.com. There's actually a free algo that you can download just for signing up to find out more about this Robot Lab Live, my Robot Builders Club, where I teach you how to build virtually anything, automate whatever you want, whatever your ideas are, you can automate them. So this is part of that. Jump on there. It's best to go onto the website and check it out and find out how it all works. All right, enough from me. Let's get on with the show. As you'll know, as a trader, one of the biggest issues can be coming up with enough capital to make it worthwhile. Well, the good news is my sponsor, City Traders Imperium, have solved this problem for you. Their day trading and swing trading funding programs mean you can trade between $10,000 and $4 million in capital with up to 100% profit share. Yes, you get everything you make on the account. Plus, the folks at CTI have made it super stress-free, allowing you up to 6 months to pass the funding challenge, which means if life gets in the way, you can park things for a while and stick to your trading plan. To check them out, click the link in the description below or in the card above. All right, folks, here we are on Trading Up. We've got Tomek here from Nikos Trading Academy, all the way over there in Poland. So welcome to the show, Tomek.
Hey, Cam. It's nice to be here. I really appreciate that for this invitation here.
Well, I think you are the first trader we've had on the show from Poland, so that's a first to start off with. Now, to first, I suppose, start the show off, let's get your backstory, how you got into trading, where you came from, that sort of thing, and then we'll get it all the way up to where you are now.
Yeah, so I started with trading around, 8-9 years ago. And back then I had, regular job. I was IT guy. I was working in a company which was installing installations in air traffic control towers. So, I traveled a lot. And back then I was not satisfied with my job fully. I liked IT, but I always thinking how can I get more from my life? How can I get more money? How I can be independent? So then I started to learn trading, and of course trading was at the beginning was very difficult, yes, because back then I didn't have a lot of materials like we have right now. So I struggled a lot because I had to read only books. There was no YouTube channels, there was no trading view, not so many platforms. It was very difficult back then. And slowly, I start to make some small progress, but I always struggle with this. So I started to, find some mentors. Yeah. So one mentor, another mentor, one strategy, another strategy, and finally, I was at the place where I understood what I meant. Yes, that I know how market moves, more or less, how price action works. And then I started to look for a person who can guide me. And in 2000, I don't remember, 14 or 15, I met Nikos, my friend and mentor. And then I signed up to his elite program. So this was like program for traders in the small groups on Skype. And I was lucky because he didn't create the group with me. So I had like one-on-one with him for 3 months. So we became friends. So I met then real trader because, previously I only saw traders on the YouTube or on the, in the book or something like this. And finally I met personally person who is real trader. So we became friends. He teach me a lot. He teach me how to understand market, how to trade correctly, how to have correct mindset. And then I started to make live trading room in his first school, Spartan Trader FX. And then he started to create new brand, Nikos Trading Academy. Unfortunately, he passed away in 2018. And unfortunately, it was big shock for all of us. And then I started to, I started to manage Nikos Trading Academy, thanks to family. And now, yes, I'm full-time trader. I'm mentor. I teach people in the Nikos Trading Academy. I trade every day. So so basically this is my short story. Yes, of course, during this story were up and downs, like everything. I wanted to quit trading, but because I was stubborn and I had my goal, this is where I am right now. Yeah.
So do you want to take us back into this? I suppose even your first days. Like before you even found the academy and Nikos, and tell us how that struggle went for you.
Oh, it was difficult because at the beginning you don't know where to start with, where to go, what you should learn. Usually you have this in your mind that, okay, you read 1 or 2 books and then after 3 months you will be rich, you will be millionaire and something like this. This is usually how trading looks for a new person, of course, because of the advertising, etc. Unfortunately, this is not like this. This is a little bit much difficulter. We should treat this like a business. And back then it was difficult for me to find the real guide in which direction I should go. So I grabbed from one piece to another piece because I didn't know how to organize the trading. So my first tip would be to organize something and start to follow this, not by jumping between, different person, different strategies, etc. So this was the biggest problem back then, that I couldn't find what I like, because in the trading it's very important to feel the strategy, to like what you do, because we do it with the passion, not just making the money. Yes. So and also money is very, very big problem at the beginning, because our expectations to trading are way too high to the reality. Yes. So this was the biggest obstacle. Of course, everything what I say is from my experience. I understood this before, and I understand this now. Yes, but when you are at this place, it's very easy to see those things. Yes.
Yeah, and so like, I mean, I suppose that what's interesting there is you sort of said you didn't like what you were doing, and you had to find something that did resonate with you. And I mean, how did you sort of determine that? Like, was it in hindsight that you realized I actually don't like this kind of trading, and how did you work out what you do like?
I started with the classic Japanese candles, and because back then it was the most popular candlestick chart. Yes, and when I was looking for the chart, I didn't know what to find. I was, okay, there was different indicators, everything, but I didn't feel, okay, I was jumping between time frames. I didn't know what to find, etc. Then when I met Nikos, he presented me charts in a different way. And when I first see these things and how he approached the strategy, I had this, inside feeling that, okay, this looks easy. Yes. And this is what I needed, this easy thing that I just look for the charts and I know that I'm here, that I have to do this and this. Because trading is about the simplicity, and we always like to complicate the things in our life, especially in the trading. Yeah. So this was like a feeling, It was not like it was feeling.
It was feeling. So you felt like, okay, I like this. I know that it seems simple. It seems something that's right. So I mean, without, I suppose, first of all, telling us, what it is. I mean, maybe talk us through your journey, because obviously you're having one-on-one sessions with Nikos for a while there. I think you said 3 months to me before the show. Now, I suppose in the 3 months that you had these one-on-one sessions, something simple has turned into something complicated. It's got to have, because you've had 3 months of one-on-one. So what was the difference between that, and how did you sort of find that knowledge intake process?
I had guidance, I have guidance because finally I knew how to approach the trading, in which direction I should go. I have person who said me, hey, this is good, this is wrong. Yes. I stopped to have this feeling that I don't know where I am. I don't know if I do this correctly. I don't know if I analyze the chart correctly. So this gave me a lot of self-confidence to understand, hey, I really understand the trading. I really understand price action, because I had homework, so I had to prepare the chart. He was checking this. I also do this with my students right now, exactly the same. And thanks to this, you really start to build this self-confidence that you stop to think that it's, for example, I struggle to analyze the chart. I didn't know if I approach the market correctly, if I draw support and resistance levels, etc. And then suddenly, when he showed me that everything is okay, this became habit for me. So I didn't have to think anymore if I do this correctly. I just sit in front of the chart. Those are the levels. That's all. Yeah. And then of course, I had another issue to resolve. Yes, because but I always have this guidance, And if you really listen to person who has more experience, then you can really boost and speed up the learning. But the most common issue for everybody, I think, so that we don't like to listen to experienced people. We need to learn from our own mistakes. But it's always good to have somebody who is guiding you, yes, who really shows you, especially in trading, that this is good, this is wrong, this is aggressive, this is conservative, etc. Because trading is a little bit it's easy, but it's also very difficult to approach to this easy point. Yeah.
And so it's quite unique to have somebody who's been able to go through a process like that and come out the other end and on a single mentor and a single approach become a profitable trader and end up trading for a living for a number of years. Now, can you talk us through some interesting things, or perhaps some unique things that Nikos was doing in those sessions with you that maybe, I don't know if you do one-on-one sessions with people these days, but that somebody could go, well, if I've got a mentor, I could ask them to do that for me, because it might actually help me get better. If I, is there anything from those sessions that you can think back and go, man, this was such a cool thing, or even maybe just give us the structure of a session so that people can understand what it entailed?
We had fun. This is the best. This is the first which came up to my head. We had fun making this. It was not like, teacher and student, yeah. It was always on the friendly situation. We had a lot of laugh when we trade. So it was not serious. Of course, when I mean not serious, of course he teach me, yes. But over this, it was a lot of fun by doing this, yes. And I think this is very important in trading, yes, because it affects losing trades affects our mentality. So so when you have fun and you start to laugh on yourself, it's a little bit easier. So I think this was if I have to pick up something, what was different, I think this funny part with Nikos, and he was very funny person. He liked to laugh. He was a musician, so sometimes he played on this grease guitar during the sessions.
Right.
So yeah, so it was like in the friendly atmosphere. Yes, it was not like that I'm here to teach you and you forget about anything else. Yes,
yeah.
No, it was like we speak here exactly the same. He did by teaching trading.
Yeah, that's interesting. And I suppose some traders will probably think, well, I'm giving the information. What do you want? What more do you want? Whereas other, I suppose nobody's probably going into it thinking, well, I've got to make this fun for them, and and maybe that is something that helps people relax. Because I suspect it will have some impact on your trading mindset. With were there any sort of trading mindset issues that you had to overcome, and how was he able to tackle those?
You mean about the trading mindset? How was
so did you have any sort of through these sessions, were you revenge trading or
this is the trading mindset. I think we can make separate podcast for this, because I think the trading mindset is the key part to achieve success in trading. Yes, not the trading strategy, not how much we know about the market, but trading mindset. And back then I struggled a lot with the trading mindset. I still make some mistakes, yes, but I have more experience. I have techniques and other things. But back then, having Nikos at my side, it was, I had person where I could say, hey, I feel anger. Hey, I feel, I don't feel good. I feel fear when I take the trade. Yes. So I had person where I could say this, and he said me, okay, so if you next time do this, try to think like this, or make the notes, or change. We change a little bit the strategy. So I always had person who can guide me and help me to overcome those obstacles. Yes, also with the mindset. Yes, which is, like I said, in my opinion, key point to achieve any success in trading. Yeah.
And so back in the day, like when you're saying like there was no YouTube and all this other stuff, there wasn't as much content around that was free, and I suspect there also weren't that many prop firms like there are now, where you can get funding fairly easily. I mean, what did you do to I suppose overcome that hurdle of getting funding or getting finances to trade with?
I didn't have this opportunity because when I met Nikos, I was still struggling with trading, so I didn't think about being funded. And then Nikos was the hedge founder, so he also trades with other people's money. So thanks to him, I get also access to this. So I didn't have to think about money. And the funny part is that when I started trading, I never thought about how I will be funded. I never thought about this. I always had in my head that if I be consistent in trading, money will find me anyway. So, and this what happened. Yes, I never, because people always struggle where I can find money to trade, etc. But it's not the problem. It's not the problem really to find the person who can give you, I don't know, for example, 1 million. Yeah, and but if even you find the person, you have to prove them that you are consistent in trading. If you are not consistent in trading, it doesn't really matter about the thinking if you have money or not. Prove that you are consistent and money will find you anyway. Yes, those days is really not the problem to find people and be founded. You have those days you have a lot of you have my FX book. You can connect your account, prove for 1 year that you are profitable, and investors will find you. I can guarantee, because I also received the emails that, hey, do you manage other people's money, etc. So it's really not the problem those days. And when I started, I'd never thought about this. Yes, never.
Yeah.
This was never.
So you
my
never
issue.
actually, so you never thought, so have you ever blown an account?
No, but I lost my savings, my friend's savings, and then I stopped to trade, and I saved my wife's savings. So,
right. Okay. So at some point you did put money in, and then right.
Yeah. I've never blown to zero, but I lost. For me back then, it was a lot, and I even know when exactly. I can show you directly on the chart, but I never blown my account to zero. Yeah.
Okay. And so when after you've gone through the mentorship with Nikos and your trading improved, I mean, at what point did he say, "Hey, look, you can trade on my fund for my fund"?
Mm-hmm.
What did you have to do, or what did you have to achieve to get to that point?
To prove that I can make profits. I'm not saying monthly profits, but my account is slowly growing. That's all, because I'm more a swing trader, not like a day trading. I also do day trading, but mainly swing trading. So this account, my account is not growing by weekly, yes. And I had to prove that I can consistently, in the 3 months, 6 months, my account start to grow. Doesn't matter how much, but the consistent up here, yes. So there was not something that you have to make 10% or something. No, it should go up, and that was all, yeah.
And what were some of the struggles you had around that period where you were trying to grow your account for 3 months straight?
This mindset, not about the technique, because you can wake me up at 2 o'clock, give me the chart, and in 5 seconds I will make you analysis. But mindset, yes, the fear of taking the trade, the fear that I start to deal with the real money, the fear that I start with the bigger numbers. So this was the biggest obstacle, that I had to understand that this is exactly same what I was doing, for example, on demo account, that there is no change, yes. But if you start to see that something is changing, then you have to work with your mindset. So this was like a fear. Usually around this was fear, yes.
And how did
by taking decisions, some doubt, something that, okay, is it correct with my trading plan, this entry? Because, everything was, behind of this was always fear about the losing, yes, about the losing, that I will lose money, etc. So this was the biggest issue, yeah.
And what happened when you transitioned from, like, proving yourself to actually jumping on and trading the real money in the fund?
This was fun for me. Yes, it was really a good pleasure, because finally you have this confidence. You just sit in front of the chart, and you just do it. Yes, you don't think too much. You start to do this with the confidence. You do not overthink the things. That's all. Even if you have losing trades, okay, you have losing trades, but you still know that it's just a losing trade. The end of the story. You will grow your account anyway, yeah.
And were you sitting on in a trading floor with a whole bunch of other traders, or was it more?
No. I did in front of my PC. That's all. So I don't. Now I have my personal account, because when Nikos passed away, everything changed. Yeah. So I do not manage any funds. I trade for myself. But I just sit. It's at my home. Yes, I have my room, and just sit and trade for myself. Yeah.
Cool. And okay, brilliant. Well, look, so let's dive into some of your trading now. What does it look like in terms of, you said you do swing and day trading. I mean, do you want to walk us through your typical trading day?
I do mainly swing trading, because this is how I mastered my trading when I started, my mentorship. But since 2020, when this whole situation around the world a little bit changed, I decided to start also day trading. So I'd say my swing trading is around 70%, and 30% is my day trading. So generally my trading then looks like that. I start to go to gym at 6:30. After gym, I eat breakfast, and I sit in front of the chart before London opens. So I'm around 8:45. I prepare my chart for day trading because day trading I do on the indices, on the DAX, and on the three forex pairs. I start to look for the charts and then I just monitor. I have my own EAs which alert me when the signals or possible signals happen. Then I check the charts and I take action. Then I have small break. Yes, I eat lunch. I do other things like meditations, like working on my mindset, check my trading journals. And then I start again around 3:30 when the U.S. sessions start to open. So I trade Dow Jones and Nasdaq. Also, this is like really day trading scalping. And I also check Forex if something happens, but usually I try to trade Forex in the morning when we have a little bit more volatility than afternoon. And then basically that's all. I sit 2 hours, 2.5 during the U.S. Open, and then I close the charts and I don't trade. And about the swing trading, I prepare my chart every week. So I sit during the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. I look for all some 28 or 24 pairs of Forex. I look for the weekly chart, daily 4-hour chart. I build my watch list, and then I follow this watch list for a whole week. And when the signals appears, I just take the trades on the with the swing trading strategy. Those are two separate accounts, so I will not mix never day trading and the swing trading. So I always try to have them separate, so I know exactly what I do and where I do. And yeah, and this is how it looks. Yeah. So swing trading, I don't have to follow, every hour, every 5 minutes. I check the charts every 4 hours, sometimes every 2 hours. Sometimes every 2 days if I know that, setup might appear after 2 days, yes, because if you trade on the 4-hour chart, you cannot expect that, for example, if you wait for some retracement, sometimes you have to wait, yes. So this is how it looks, and I do this from Monday till Friday. I don't try to, sometimes I do not trade on Mondays mornings, and I do not trade Fridays afternoon, yeah. And yeah, so this is every day looks exactly the same.
Exactly the same. Okay, and so the when you're doing your day trading, what time frames are you focusing on?
I don't use time frames here when I do day trading and scalping because I use Renko charts.
Ah, right.
I use Renko charts because they filter out a lot of noise. It's much easier to find setups which I trade. It's much easier to program EA, which helps you to make decisions. So basically, I trade Renko charts, and on the Forex, I trade 3 pips per box and 6 pips per box on Forex because I have three. I do scalping only on the 3 pairs: Euro Yen, Euro Aussie, and GP Aussie. GP Aussie because they have the biggest momentum, so you can really catch some trades even if they are in the range, especially on the Renko M3 setting, and they also have lowest spread from those pairs which are quite volatile on the lower settings. Yeah. And on the Dow Jones and DAX, I use different settings. It depends on the volatility. Yeah. So I trade mainly Renkos in the day trading, and the swing trading I trade classic charts. So 4-hour chart, 1-hour chart. Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. I think you're the very first Renko trader we've had on the show.
Ah, good. Yes, our programs we offer classic trading methodologies, strategies, and the Renko trading strategies. And the beauty of this is that you can or trade separately both, or you can combine both. In that, so you can, for example, you can make analysis on the classic chart. I also sometimes do this. That I do because I prefer like a classic time frame to make analysis. So I make this, and then, for example, I take the trade on the Renko. So I just analyze the market there, and trading decisions I make on Renko because it filters out the noise. So it's a little bit easier to take the trade. So you can also combine this in this way, yeah.
And so just to give the guys a sort of bit of view on the actual trades that you take, I mean, can you give us your winning percentage and the risk to reward ratio on both strategies? So like your swing and your day trading.
Swing trading is around 80%, between 70-80%, and I cannot tell you the risk reward because I Usually I split positions to two parts in the swing. First part is 1-to-1 and the second is bonus slot. And bonus slot I manage. So I always get different. I manage how, I have moving average, and then I manage. So sometimes you have 3-to-1, sometimes you will have 5-to-1, sometimes you will end on the break even. So I do not have like a fixed target. So I cannot say. So it depends on the market how I get. But because the probability is quite high, because it's around 80%. The results are, even if you end on the break even, they are still, everything is good. In the day trading, I only use one target, and exactly the same. I manage the trade, so I do not close I just manage positions fast. So if I see the movement, I, for example, move stop loss to break even, and then I wait. If I catch momentum, perfect. If not, okay, I'm on the break even. So for example, I cannot say that it's always 2-to-1, 3-to-1. It's always flexible.
Right.
For example, yesterday I took the trade on the Euro Aussie, and I risked 1% and I made 2.67%. Yes, in one trade. So it's difficult to say, but I can only say about the probability. So it's around 80% with the swing trading. If you really focus on the trading on the forex, you can also achieve between 70 and 80. And if you go to indices, which are a little bit difficult here because the volatility is different, the movements are different, they are more chaotic, you need to have a little bit more experience. It's between 70%, 65, 70%, yeah.
And that's on the day trading
ratio, yes.
Is it?
Yes, it's
yes.
It's a day trading, because swing I use only for forex.
Yeah, okay.
And here I do just,
Yeah, that's interesting. And what was I going to ask next? So how many trades do you reckon you're taking a week?
Yeah, weekly, I can say daily, for example, because I do not calculate weekly. For example, yesterday I took 3 trades on forex and 3 or 4 trades on indices. So I think maximum number will be 10 per day, but it's really not very often when I trade 10 trades, because if I have 1 or 2 profitable, then I say, okay, I'm enough. Yes, if I have 2 losing or 3 losing, I also say it's enough. Yes, so I don't try to overtrade. I prefer to wait for good opportunities on the market, to see good trading charts, to see that market is really giving me direction, than shooting trades like crazy.
Yeah.
But this is my trading style, because I have our member who recently took 1 day 70 trades. So so it was, yes, but he loves to trade. Yes, we will probably
lost 2 trades out of 70.
No, he loves to trade.
He loves to trade. Okay.
Yeah, so that's why, he's trading like crazy. Maybe soon we will also work together. So yes, with his strategy, because he had really good results, and he trades mainly Dow Jones. And really, he's taking a lot of trades. But my personality is a little bit different. I prefer to wait to see good market conditions and then take the action. Yeah.
And what do you do about risk management? So how much are you risking on a trade?
Maximum it's 1%. Maximum is 1%. On the swing trading, sometimes I go to 2. When I see everything is nice, I will go to 2. But maximum is 1%. And you go lower, yes, to 0.5 to 0.1. So this is how much I risk. Yes, I would never risk more. Yeah.
Yeah, and so just jumping back a little bit, I mean, when you transitioned from your day job to trading full time, how did you manage that transition? How did you do that?
It was Nikos helped me a little bit because back then, I started slowly with the things, but I started to make live trading room in the Spartan Trader Academy, his first academy. So this allowed me to quit the job and start to have more time to trade. And live trading crew helped me to boost my confidence, to still really be inside of this. So this was my transition. I was not so much profitable yet back then, but making live trading room, work with the Spartan Trading Academy helps me to also make some money. And then, of course, I started to trade slowly, because I had to get used to this daily routines, daily habits, etc. with the trading. Yes, so the transition was slowly. It was not that I was, making suddenly 10% weekly or, monthly, and then I decided, okay, I quit my job. No, it was like with the Nico's help, with everything. Yes, because I always had this, we became friends. So we had plans for future, for trading, for, we have a lot of ideas where to go. So, yeah. So I really find my trading buddy.
Yeah. And so I suppose you would have seen a lot of clients come through and, people trying to make it as a trader. I mean, you'll have a view on what made you different from everyone else, but maybe you can sort of do that comparison between the guys that you see coming through, what was different about you, and how people listening to this can sort of learn from that.
I'm stubborn. I never quit. My goal was that I want to achieve success in this. And I did whatever it takes, and I'm still doing whatever it takes to be better and better. I had many times, I had situations that I said, no, this is not for me. No, I will not achieve this. It's too difficult. But for example, I did a rest like 1 or 2 weeks, and then I said, okay, let's do it again. For example, when I was working as an IT guy, we finished installations because I was a project manager, so I was managing people. So my friends went to drink some beer, and I locked myself in my room, and I was analyzing the chart. Yes. So this was every single free time I used to analyze the chart. I was doing this during the weekends. Yes. So my priority goes to trading because this is my goal. This is how I would like to see my life. So this stubborn thing that even if I had losing trades, even if I didn't make anything, if I kept like a 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks losing, I still was stubborn. But I didn't. I always try to ask myself right questions. When I was doing this. For example, when I lost those savings of my friend and mine, I asked myself, then I said, no, I won't do this again because I lost money, etc. No, I asked myself question, what happened? What went wrong? What I did to lose this money? And then I had answers. Hey, you don't have trading plan, you just do cowboy trading, etc. So I said, okay, so if I didn't have this, I started to create trading plan. I started to follow this, and so on. Yeah. So I think this is the difference. That, for example, from people who I meet, from my students, when I say, hey, do this and this, I see that people are not doing this. So I'm not saying that that there is no commitment to do this, but we need to see why we are not doing this. Yes. So trading is a process. Yes, process with the mindset.
Yeah. So it's interesting. So that is probably what you'd say the primary issue with the people that come into trading is they don't do the work.
Yes. Or, sometimes I also think that expectations are too high because of the advertising, because we see a lot of, how you go to YouTube and you will find people are making profits in 5 minutes, 10 seconds, thousands, millions. When we start to see the things, our mindset starts working the completely different way how we should approach the market. Of course, it's possible, but you have to go there. We see only results. We don't see people who are going to those results, yes? And this, for example, I thought in the past that I would take 2-3 books. I read how to trade. I sit in front of the charts, and after 3 months or 6 months, I will be profitable. It's not possible. It's not possible. Yes? Yeah. It's like you want to go to gym and lose your weight, 20 kilos in 3 months, yes? By not doing hard work or not having diet or something like this, by just going to gym. It's not possible. So Also, I think expectation of people, that people are seeing results of other people. People are asking me about the results. I don't want to share the results because it's not because I'm shy or something, but second person, even if you use my trading system, we will not have same results. It's not possible because our perspective on the market is different. So also people think, okay, I see the results of one person, so I take the system and they, for example, they don't have any results with the same system which other person has. And then they say that system doesn't work. But it's not true, because if one person can make the money with one system, second also should. But our expectations, our point of view, how fast we want to achieve the things, people are, for example, another story that people are saying to me, hey, I'm not profitable. So I always ask, send me your trading plan, trading journal. So we will see from your trade what is wrong. I don't have. Yes. So those are the mistakes that people start to go into trading with the wrong knowledge. They don't know, they don't have good tools, right tools to start to trade correctly, to start approaching the trading correctly, because it's the business. It's the business like restaurant, like shop. It's the business. Yeah. So yeah.
Okay, and so let's dive back into like a price chart, and I'll be interested to get your sort of view on Renko as well. Like if there was three things on a price chart you recommend somebody go and study, what would they be?
First of all, understand how market moves. This is the I think key element that how market behaves. Learn to read the chart from the higher time frames to lower time frames, because often we go to lower time frames, forgetting about the higher time frames, so we don't know where we trade. This is the most important part for me, to first understand if the market conditions are good to trade, because there are periods that market is not good to trade, so we have to wait. We have to learn patience also, because like I said, not every day will be profitable. And then really how to approach the market. So I mean, learn to make trading plan, learn to make a trading journal, learn how to take conclusions from those things, because those are the tools which helps you to identify what you do wrong when you trade, and what things are good when you trade. And having this, it will be much easier to remove mistakes and focus on the good things. I wouldn't go too deeply in the strategies, because you have a lot of strategies which works. Yes, so it's the matter to find the strategy which you like. Yes, that's all. But those three key elements, I think, are quite important to study, especially where you trade and how market moves, and trading plan, trading journal, and make conclusions from your mistake. Because I see that people are struggle a lot when I teach and when I show the chart. Those are two elements where people struggle with, because they understand the strategy, but sometimes they are taking the trade where they shouldn't. So yeah.
Okay, so thinking about a trader's mindset. So you mentioned mindset in there a couple of times around what people need to get right. So do you have any special techniques that you can share with us around trying to get your mindset on point?
This is, I think, like you said, this is like a different topic for different podcasts probably. But yeah, I struggle a lot with the mindset, and but I had to learn first. I had to understand that I struggle a lot with my mindset, because I didn't understand. I didn't understand that the problem is with my mindset, not with the strategy. I always blame the strategy or something, that I don't know something about the market, that I need to have more experience. No, this was only the mindset, how I approach the market. So then I started my journey. Started to understand my mindset, how mind works, and I tried to look for some techniques. So I'm a certified hypnotherapist. I'm also auto-hypnosis coach, because I started with the hypnosis. Yes, I started because I wanted to find some things about myself. Right now, I don't use hypnosis and auto-hypnosis for trading, but this is a good tool to start with. There is, you shouldn't be afraid hypnosis. This is the first thing because it's really safe, but people have, different thoughts about that. And now I use letting go technique of David R. Hawkins. So this is very, very powerful because you can do it just like this every day, because when you use hypnosis, you have to go to the state of mind. You need to relax yourself, so it takes the time. David R. Hawkins, this letting go technique, you can do it immediately right now. So if you look for the chart, you start to see that the fear is going. You can immediately release this fear and go back to this calm state. So I use very, very this strategy, and it's very powerful because, like I said, you can do it for 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes. It's really up to you. Yeah. I also works with my subconscious beliefs using also this technique. So I'm trying to see what are my beliefs in terms of the trading, in terms of the money, in terms of the relationship, everywhere. Yes, because I want to improve in every single part of my life, not only in the trading, but you can definitely use it for trading to see what are your real beliefs about the trading. Yes, because very often we think that our belief is like this, but it's not true because we don't see the real belief which is behind it. So this technique is helping you out to see this belief and neutralize this belief. Yes, because we will never lose this belief, but we can neutralize. So, for example, you trade, you feel fear. Then you see, okay, why I feel fear. You see what are beliefs by hiding behind this fear. Then you neutralize them using letting go, release fear. And the step, when you look for the chart, you don't feel fear anymore. This is fun. This is the funnest part, yes, that you don't feel this because it's not guiding you anymore, yes. So I also said to my students that if you make trading plan, trading journal, you also have to write down what you feel before trade, before taking the action, what you feel when you trade, and what you feel when you close your trade. Because in this way you can really find what is guiding you. Because if you feel fear when you trade, you will just get the glasses of the fear, and you will see the market through the fear. You will not see the market through the happiness, I don't know, and that you enjoy this or something like this. So immediately, whatever you see and how you trade, market will give you this. So if you feel fear, you will do those actions to feel the fear there. Yes. If you are afraid to lose, what happens? You will lose. Of course, theoretically, it sounds very easy. Yes, but practically, first we need to learn how to see those feelings, how to see those emotions, how to see those beliefs. But it's because we've never been taught how to deal with this stuff. So the first process is how to learn this, how to feel this, and then you can start to work with this. There are some books which helping you out with this. For example, Mark Douglas, Discipline Trading in the Zone. You also have Steve Ward, High Performance Trading, and if you want to really work with yourself with the emotions using auto-hypnosis, there is one book written by Katrin Stott. It's called Hypno Trading. I read this book to see if because she is certified hypnotherapist in UK. So I took this book to see because I'm also certified. So basically, I know the stuff. Yes. So I just took this book to see if this is a good book. Yes, about the hypnosis, auto-hypnosis, and how to work with this. And this was this is very, very good book with the technique. So if you really want to, I don't know, find new mindset techniques, you can really read this book and you will find good stuff there. Yes. So, but like I said, this is process, and the process with the mindset that unfortunately we have to do this every day. We cannot say 1 week and then everything will be resolved. No, this is every day. When I trade, I still observe how I think. I still make some mistakes. Yes, I'm a human being. Yes, so I still make mistakes. So then I start to think, okay, why I did this mistake? Yes. So it's always about asking to yourself right questions. Yes. It's not saying that, okay, I have losing trade. Okay, this is disaster. I do not. I have problems with this. I'm not worth much. I feel fear. No, it's not the way, because if you start to think about this, you get this more. So you have to say always why, yes, and then you will get the answer.
Yeah.
So about the mindset, it's a very short time to explain more, but this is how I work with this. So
it's a great answer. It's probably the most unique answer I've had on the show in a long time. Now, you mentioned out of hypnosis. What is out of hypnosis compared to hypnosis?
Because hypnotherapy, you use therapist. So you have person who is guiding you through the hypnosis. So you meet with someone. For example, you say, I have problem with this, and this person is guiding you through the hypnosis. It's going into relaxed state, and then he guides you that you will resolve, that you can resolve your issue by yourself. It's not that person. You are not controlled by this person. This is just the person who is guiding, who is seeing you if you are in the good relaxed state. Because some people have problems to be relaxed, so this person can really help you to relax. If you are good in the relaxation, then you can do auto hypnosis, which means that you put your headset and make the script for yourself, and then you have also guidance through lector, the person who is guiding you, but you are just lying in your bed and that's all. Yes, and there are many good websites where you can find a lot of good certified recording for auto hypnosis. And this is the difference. Of course, this is not magic tool that I have problem with fear, I will put auto hypnosis, one session, I'm out of fear. No. It will help you. It will definitely. It's good to, when you do auto hypnosis, it's good to make, for example, one script for at least 21 days. Yes, because it has to work with the subconscious level. So this is process. Yes, this is process. But everything is safe. Yeah. It's not that you will have that you will become robot after hypnosis session or something like this. No, it's completely safe. It's like. Because people are always see some funny videos with the hypnosis that people become animals or something like this. No, it's not true. If I can say how you feel when you are in the hypnosis, it's something between when you go and you fall asleep. So from this moment when you close your eyes and go to the deep level. So this is something in between. So you are conscious, you know where you are, you know who is talking to you, you know everything. Yes, it's not that you are completely away. Yes. Yeah. So this was my first part, but with working with the mindset. But then I had, I found this better tool like letting go technique. Yeah. And you can have, there are a million techniques. It's like with the trading. You can find a lot of techniques. The question is what you like, what you feel. Because I try with Jose Silva method. I try with hypnosis. Letting go is the last one. And I had visualization. I had some other techniques, 2 or 3 other techniques, but right now I don't remember the name. And finally, I found my technique, which is letting go, and I really stick to this, and I had really good results using this. Yeah,
it's interesting. I read that book earlier this year, and I don't remember any of it. I literally have completely.
Because the funny part is that you won't have in the because he wrote a couple of books, yes, and you need to read them in the right order. But there is no mention about the technique by itself in the book.
Right.
It's in between words. Right. So that's why it's so a little bit difficult to get this. Fortunately for me, in Poland, I have guy who is using this technique for 20 years or something like this, and he is showing how to use it correctly. So I learned from this person. Yeah?
Oh, awesome.
And this is what I'm trying to do in the Nikos Training Academy by gaining this knowledge. My biggest goal is to have technique to help traders to overcome those mindset obstacles. But the problem is that it's difficult to work because people always feel a resistance to work with this. I know this because I also felt resistance. I did, for example, some techniques for 5 days, 1 or 2 weeks, then I forgot about them for 1 month. And this it shouldn't be like this. You have to work really every day if you want to have consistent results. Because if you work every day, you get experience. If you get experience, you much faster deal with your uncomfortable emotions. It's much easier. You have less them, etc. So yeah.
Yeah, awesome.
Works.
Well, yeah, because I had Tom Hugard here on the show, and he was talking about visualization was what he used quite in depth, and it worked for him. Yeah. So yeah. Now, we're going to do some quick fire questions, and then we'll wrap up here. So we're knocking on the door of the hour mark here. So, how long did it take you to go from newbie to consistently profitable?
Between 6 and 7 years. Something like between 5 or 7. I don't remember exactly, but something like that.
What's your favorite entry setup?
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. It's ABC, the setup which we always use. So it's like a move, pull back, and after pull back, you enter.
Right. And what's your preferred broker and trading platform?
Currently, I work with the Trade Nation broker. They have low-cost trading, and this is the broker which we right now a little bit cooperate. So yeah, so I would recommend them. If you like to have low-cost trading, definitely then they are the best.
And what about the trading platform?
MT4. I usually trade MT4. Yeah. This is because the Renko chart works good there, yeah.
Hey folks, ever wonder what broker I use? Well, I use Hanko Trade. It was a no-brainer because I was looking for a broker with good trading conditions and one that wouldn't restrict my leverage. Now, by joining Hanko Trade, I've also cut down my trading costs significantly with their super low commission of just $1 per 100K. You can learn more at hankotrade.com or just click the link I've put in the description. Do you want to walk us through your worst ever trade?
Yes, it was USDN when I lost my savings and my friend's savings. It was in the I will see on the chart, but I don't remember 2008 or 2009, something around this. Yes, this was the period when the USDN was on the bottom and started to go up. So I was trading, like you said, cowboy trading with the leverage. I trade with a strategy for the retracement. Unfortunately, USDN never retraced. Yeah, it was going up because it gained momentum from the weekly and monthly charts, and I was trying to catch retracement on the 4-hour chart, 1-hour chart. So I do not martingale, but I was opening on some levels short positions, and it never went down with the leverage. It just killed my savings because it was going up.
Yeah.
So this was my worst trade, I think. So USDN, yes.
Now, last question. If you could leave our listeners with one piece of advice, what would it be? Enjoy what you do. Enjoy the trades. Do not give up. Monitor your trade and stay focused. Yes, it's really about if one person can do this, you can also do this. Yeah. Cool. Awesome. No, look, before we wrap up, what's the best way for the guys to get hold of you?
Through the website, Nikos Trading Academy. You can contact me. There is a contact form. You can contact me there. Or if you want, write email directly to info@nikostradingacademy.com. Yes, and I will be there for you.
Brilliant. Well, look, a big thank you to Tumek for sharing with us today. Everything we've discussed here, along with all those links, are going to be in the show notes. To find them, simply search for Tumek, and that's Tomek in the search box on tradingnut.com. Until next time, wish all my listeners trading happiness and success. All right, folks, so there you have it. Interview done and dusted with Tumek. Now, I did want to let you know that I did try the letting go technique after the show when I was trading, and it did work. So if you're looking to do that, jump on YouTube, find a video about how to do it. I didn't apply that video specifically or a method specifically. I just sort of, tried to doing my best at letting go. So yeah, that is something worthwhile checking out, as well as the video we shot afterwards where he breaks down his Renko and Heikin-Ashi trading styles. So go and check that out on the YouTube channel. Also, whilst you're there, you might want to hit subscribe, because we've got the Tom Hugard interview part 3 coming up on how to trade with large size. And also head over to tradingnut.com, check out Robot Builders Club, Robot Lab Live, and grab that free trading algo that will give you a little bit of information on how I do these builds, how easy it is for you to pick up the skills to be able to automate some or all of what you do. So folks, would love to see some of you over there. Until next time, have a great trading week, and we'll see you in the markets.